What's going on today? We're combining modern technology with the oldest house in Ottawa. We're filming a 204-year-old house here in Old Ottawa South. When this house was built, it was the 1800s and there was nothing else here. It belonged to the Richmond family, if I'm not mistaken. And this house is up for some renovations, but in order to renovate a historic heritage home, you need a lot of permission. So that's exactly what we're doing today. We got the Inspire 3 cinema drone, got Ryan behind the camera, and we're capturing this lovely house. We're getting all these details for the owner to be able to then show the Heritage Committee, hey, this is exactly what I want to do to keep it on track with the history of the city. Beautiful 190 SL in the driveway. That's a 60s Mercedes Roadster. Very, very iconic car. I was a little giggly when I saw it because you don't see those every day. We're gonna get this thing going, capture some shots of this house, and preserve the history of Ottawa. Let's do it. I've never filmed a house with this drone yet. Pretty crazy, eh? This drone. It's honestly quieter than I expected. So let's actually hide ourselves. Challenge level 42. One of the hardest things is when you're operating in a technical shot and a mosquito's biting your hand. Stay composed. Turned off all of the sensors. So full Jesus take the wheel. You can't take the wheel right now. All the sensors are off because we want to fly in normal mode without being obstructed because this is a very tight space. Normally you'd go to sport mode to turn off the sensors, but sport mode is too twitchy for this. Okay, so there's one shot we gotta do, getting a shot of the historic plaque, but since it's inside of the veranda, we're gonna hold the drone. We're gonna just basically gimbal it and do this. You get a shot of the plaque. Look at that. So it wasn't Richmond, sorry, it was Williams. One of the oldest frame buildings in the city, built for Lewis Williams, a founding settler. So when this home was built, Ottawa wasn't called Ottawa, it wasn't even called Bytown. It was called Richmond Landing, I believe. Tickles my soul to be able to combine 2024 tech with 1800s architecture to preserve it for years to come. So let's do this shot. This is cracking me up. How silly do I look?
So it's the oldest wooden frame house building in Ottawa, built in 1821, over 200 years ago. And it was built by the Williams family that arrived on a ship, the same ship that Colonel By came in. At that time, you can imagine that this area only had about 200 people living in it, in what's now called La Breton Flats, but at that time it was called Richmond Landing. This house was built in 1821, very, very quickly.
So there you have it. A couple firsts today, actually. We just filmed an interview, the DJI Inspire 3. We had the 50mm lens on. We're shooting at 4.1K ProRes. So this is an image that parallels a cinema camera that doesn't fly. So we have our tentacle timecode sync. We're jamming this with a timecode signal from our audio recorder, the Mix Pre 3. And then we're putting this tentacle into a 3.5mm jack on the drone so that we have a rolling timecode on the drone and a rolling timecode on our recorder through a lav mic on our subject, which was the owner of the home who gave us a beautiful story about this home. Very honored. Hanif, thank you for letting us film this, and thank you for letting us film some behind the scenes of this property. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a pretty interesting, ambitious behind the scenes. We had a beautiful SL in the video. It was a beautiful home to capture, and the story behind it is just incredible. The oldest residential structure in the city, 1823, I believe. Is that what he said?
Built in 1821.
1823.
1821.
So one of my favorite things about the world we live in today is using new tech to preserve old things, keeping it going for years, decades, centuries to come. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another video.